Audio Jungle.
Worker found dead with gunshot wounds at stud farm in St. Catherine. The Portmore police in St. Catherine are investigating the death of a worker at the stud farm in Clifton, whose body was found on the compound with gunshot wounds. Dead is 30-year-old laborer Ronaldo Coates, a resident of Clifton. It is reported that about 7:15 Sunday morning, persons stumbled upon Coates' body at Hamstables Farm. The police were summoned, and the body was found in blood with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He was later pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital. Over 4,000 pounds of kanja seized in St. Thomas, man arrested. The police in St. Thomas on Saturday night seized over 4,000 pounds of kanja in knitted bags in an unoccupied building at Sloane Bay Prospect in Morant Bay. A 70-year-old man who was found at the premises was taken into custody. The police say checks revealed that he is a Bahamian and that the Bahamian officials in Jamaica were notified. His name is being withheld as the investigation is ongoing. Reports are that about 11:20 p.m., police operatives conducted an operation at Charlene Bay during which the unoccupied building was searched. The police say they discovered 154 knitted bags containing a total of 765 packages of ganja, weighing 4,079 pounds. Standing firm. Losandra Harrison, who has thrown her hat in the ring to lead the Jamaica Teachers Association JTA for a second time, has indicated that she has no intention of dropping her lawsuit against the union, even if she is elected. Harrison was among 3 JTA-elect candidates participated in the association's 2025 presidential debate, was responding to a view that it was inappropriate for her to be seeking JTA presidency when she sued the association. There are matters of principles. There are matters of correcting whatever breach we find to have happened in our organization. I'll say to my colleagues, there is no financial or personal gain in seeking a correction of a constitutional breach or what is preserved to be so in an attempt to maintain the structure and operational principles of the JTA on which the 61-year-old organization has been built. I seek an independent body to weigh before it the evidence that will be so presented and to give its judgment on same, Harrison noted. According to the educator, who served as JTA president from 2022 to 2023, she is not unique in her decision to mount a legal challenge against an entity with which she is affiliated. We have a sitting principal of a very important and very well-known high school in Jamaica, a stakeholder, critical stakeholder, that finances that organization, that institution, and yes, there was a breach and that individual stakeholder group was taken to the courts, she argued. A former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, employed by the Ministry of Education, there was a breach and that individual sought remit in the courts of Jamaica. I likewise seek remit concerning a particular matter in the Jamaica Teachers Association, Harrison, who is principal of St. Faith's Primary School in St. Catherine, said firmly. Responding to a query from her presidential candidate rival, Jermaine Williams, a senior teacher at Manning School in Westmoreland, as to whether she would drop the case if it was not resolved and she were to win the presidential race, Harrison firmly said, "The matter before the court is a matter before the court, and we're seeking a response from an independent arbiter to weigh the evidence before same and to be resolved to the matter before the courts." The situation, which has been a bone of contention in the teachers' union, began when in March 2023, the JTA signed an agreement to accept the wage offer presented by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service that would guarantee a 20% minimum increase in basic salary after tax. The agreement took effect April 1, 2022. However, on the day of the signing of the Compensation Review Memorandum of Understanding, Harrison, who was present at the time, was unavailable at the point when signatures were to be affixed to the document. She had reportedly ditched the meeting after asking educator Leighton Johnson, who was the president-elect at the time, to do the signing. In July last year, Harrison filed a lawsuit in the Supreme Court aimed at nullifying the agreement with the government. In the suit, Harrison contended that the special delegation's vote, held virtually in March last year to accept the wage offer presented by the Ministry of Finance and Public Service, was in breach of the JTA's constitution. 8% of the delegates who attended the virtual meeting voted to accept 3 agreements. At the time, then newly installed JTA President Mark Simmet, in his presidential address, said he supported the move taken by Harrison to vote against the package, as what teachers were carrying home was unacceptable. Harrison Williams and Dr. Maureen Mullins Nelson are vying for the post of JTA President-elect 2025-2026. The winner will succeed Mark, who takes office on August 31, 2025, and will serve 1 year. Fitzgerald rejects Bunting comments, says government deserves some credit for murder reduction. Senator Abaka Fitzgerald has hit back at criticism by opposition spokesman on security Peter Bunting that the Andrew Holness-led government does not deserve credit for the recent reduction in murders. We welcome the recent reduction in murders, but let's be clear, it isn't about the JLP. It's in spite of them. This government crippled the police force with inadequate resources and failed policies. The credit belongs to the commissioner and his team. Real crime prevention means investing in people. That's what we'll do, Bunting said in a post on Facebook on Friday. Fitzgerald, in a statement on Monday, described Bunting's comments as both unbecoming and disingenuous, stating, particularly, so coming from an individual who, when he was security minister, presided over a cumulative 6% spike in murder, and who, when murder spiraled under his watch, sobbed and lamented that the statistics were poor despite best efforts. He said the bravery and skill of the security forces, supported by investment in national security and strategic policy making of the government, have combined well to ensure positive outcomes. The senator accused Bunting of being embarrassed that the PNP report claim that the government does not have a crime plan has proven to be false. The senator stated that the passage of laws including the Zones of Special Operation, amendments to the Anti-Gang Law and Firearms Act, along with a raft of other strategic policy initiatives, have contributed heavily to the 44% decline in murders. Senator Fitzgerald said it is noteworthy that the government of the JLP has invested over $80 billion in national security compared to $28 billion, which was invested by the ex-PNP administration. The senator said the superior investment by the Holness administration has been made possible by good management of the economy. However, Senator Fitzgerald says that the Holness-led administration has not merely thrown money at the problem. TAJ collects over $18.6 billion on the tax-aware settlement program. Tax Administration Jamaica is reporting that its special aware settlement program has so far yielded over $18.6 billion in outstanding taxes. The program allows taxpayers with outstanding debt for selected tax types to pay the arrears without incurring penalties, interest, and subcharges. The program started in January and was set to end on March 31, but was extended to May 31. Tax types on which interest, penalty, and subcharges (IPS) were waived are education tax, corporate income tax, individual income tax, pay-as-you-earn, special consumption tax, general consumption tax, asset tax, and partnership income tax. TAJ, in a media release on Monday, stated that under the program, business persons were relieved of over $6 billion of interest, penalty, and subcharges. The waivers or removal from taxpayers' accounts so far related to approximately 60,000 tax periods associated with asset tax, corporate income tax, education tax, pay-as-you-earned, individual income tax, and partnership income tax. Eventually, over 30 billion IPS will be removed from taxpayer accounts, lowering the stock of debt on the books of TAG. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.